We all have limiting beliefs, but we need to identify those beliefs and understand why we have them. In this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of how you can identify your limiting beliefs so that you can overcome these beliefs and do yourself a favor. Limiting beliefs is something like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I can't lift this weight, for example, I cannot go to this place, I'm not capable of this success, I don't deserve this success, etc., etc. Limiting beliefs are beliefs that you have imposed onto yourself, maybe through external source or internal sources. Maybe someone told you about it, or maybe there's a certain experience that has associated. It's like saying, just because there's a stereotype that women cannot drive cars, as a woman, you wouldn't say that I'm not going to get a driving license or I can't drive a car. That's a limiting belief. These beliefs are negative and they are hindering your growth. That's the reason it is important to identify them and challenge and question these beliefs that you have. And this is going to help you towards your self-improvement journey. It is all about your personal growth. It's all about being in positive discomfort. There are 5 steps to this that we will have to look at. The first step is, from where did this belief originate? Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I said, is it an external source or an internal source? Is it someone has told you about it? Maybe you failed the test and now you said, or when you were supposed to give the retest, you are saying that you cannot do this test and you cannot pass this test. Or is it because someone has told you you're not capable of that? You're not capable of getting that certain degree. Why are you doing engineering? It's very difficult. Things like these. So you need to be able to understand, where did that belief come from? Now for this video, to make it as simple as I can and related to my experience, I want to bring forward a very personal experience that I dealt with and the belief that I had, a limiting belief that I overcame. My limiting belief was that as a vegetarian, I cannot build good muscle and I'm going to be wasting time in the gym because as a vegetarian, I'm not able to build any muscle. That was a limiting belief in my head. Where did this belief come from? Very simple, from people around me. Most of the people, or bodybuilders, or strength conditioners, all of these kind of people are all eating non-vegetarian food. They're consuming a non-vegetarian diet as well, along with the vegetarian diet, because that diet has much more variety of protein options available. First belief, right? It comes from the people around. Then people telling you, man, you're wasting your time in the gym, but you're veg, like, why are you going to the gym? You're going to waste your time. You're supposed to eat chicken, you need eggs, you need this and you need that. You won't be able to build any muscle otherwise. What's the point? You're wasting your time. So my belief originated from other people. Of course, not from personal experience because I didn't go to the gym yet. So how would I know if it really works or not? Your second step is, or the second question you're supposed to ask is, what evidence supports or refutes this belief of yours? For me, it was that there are not many vegetarian people who go to the gym. Not as many compared to the non-vegetarian people. I had to really find evidence, like, as to which are the vegetarian gym goers. Shahid Kapoor, for example, a vegetarian who was and is still able to build an amazing physique, being a vegetarian. I believe Sonu Sood as well, to a certain point, was vegetarian. I don't know, not sure. But amazing physique as well there. Belief of mine came from people. But then there was certain evidence saying that, no, there is a possibility that I can still do it. There's so many vegetarian bodybuilders. Of course, I only found them when I researched in majority numbers, so it's very difficult to find like that for someone who hasn't done their research. But when you do your research, you will find that there are bodybuilders, even vegan, like for example. So this was examples like, okay, now that means I can do it, Maybe I should give it a shot. The third belief is this belief based on facts or assumptions? So, is it a fact that I cannot build muscle being vegetarian? Or is it an assumption of people? If it was a fact, that means no vegetarian will be able to go to the gym and build a body. So it is like a stereotype assumption that you cannot do it because you're a vegetarian. But it's not a fact. And I've improved my physique so much being a vegetarian. Another example that I could use for this one would be, like I said in the beginning, about being a woman and thinking that you cannot drive because that's a stereotype that women can't drive. Is it a fact or assumption? I'll tell you the funny part. There was a report I read last year in the news saying that men have majority of accidents caused compared to women. Women have minor accidents caused compared to men. You need to think of fact versus assumption in this case. Once you have understood that, you would go to, how does this belief impact my actions and decisions? How does my belief thinking that being vegetarian, I cannot build the muscle, what does it impact? It impacts me not hitting the gym. Why? Because I have an assumption in my head saying, that I won't be able to do it. Why? Because I'm a vegetarian, I'm going to be wasting my time. And imagine if I actually believe those. Let's for a second think that I believed those people who told me I cannot build this physique of mine being a vegetarian. I wouldn't be here. This is literally every video I keep bringing this up, that I wouldn't be in this situation right now, talking about limiting beliefs to you people. So you need to understand from where this is coming, and then accordingly, you need to challenge and question those beliefs. The last step would be, what would happen if I don't hold on to this belief? So the difference between the first and the second is that what impact. So if, for example, I have this belief and I think that if I don't, if being vegetarian, if I hit the gym, I would lose muscle. So how does it impact? It makes me not be in the gym. But what would happen if I don't hold on to this physique? To this belief? What would happen? If I don't hold on to this belief, I go to the gym. I gain muscle. I try it out. I see, okay, let me give it a shot. As a woman example that I was giving earlier, you were able to drive a car. You were able to go get a license. If you don't hold on to the belief, you will think, okay, maybe I can just try it out. Maybe let me try getting a license. So this is what would happen if you don't hold on to the belief. Now, the reason I gave such minute examples to this complex question is because I want to be able to help you understand how even small situations we can use and identify and question these beliefs. So it should start from the small leading to the big one. If that time I did not think about the whole vegetarian aspect in bodybuilding, today and that time that was probably linked to I'm not good enough as a person. I'm not confident. These things were related to that small belief of mine that would have limited me going to the gym. So when I went to the gym, I'm not enough, stop. I'm not good enough. No, I am good enough. The funny thing is, when I started going to the gym, I used to look at myself in the mirror every day, waking up, looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I look too good. I'm enough. I love myself. Self-affirmations. But if my stupid limiting belief told me that no, you cannot build muscle because you're a vegetarian, I would have still been saying I'm not good enough. I don't look good. So for me, it was a small route that I started from and then went all the way up. When you overcome these things, when you identify these beliefs, you are then able to overcome them. Once you overcome those beliefs, you are able to build new opportunities for yourself. The woman driving example that I gave, the woman gets the license. She has broken through the limiting belief of women cannot drive, and that, that's because if women can't drive, that means I can't drive and blah, blah, blah. But she goes and she gets a license. Now, because of that license, somehow she gets into a automotive industry where she's a drifter or a racer. Just putting it out there, like, think about it. It is a new opportunity that has opened up to her. Just because she shut her head and people's stupid ideologies, she is able to overcome it. You need to be able to first identify using the 5 steps method. So I've mentioned the 5 steps I mentioned earlier. So each one of them you need to understand. Once you identify, you can overcome them by reframing your negative thoughts, by cultivating a growth mindset, and by consciously choosing empowering beliefs that align with your values and aspirations. And to add to this, you can use self-affirmations as well. That I am good enough. I am beautiful. Put in the work while saying this. That's the main thing, yeah? Don't think that you're not doing the work and you can just say I'm good enough and everything will work out. That's not how it works. You need to be able to put genuine effort into this thing, and you can say to yourself, I'm confident, or I'm brave. I still do self-affirmations. I in fact write them down in my journaling book whenever I get the time to, because these are important to stop limiting beliefs from conquering you and making you lose out on amazing opportunities that you can conquer in your life. A very good example of identifying and questioning those limiting beliefs was in the book I read, Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. I know I've repeated the book so many times, but I'm still a beginner reader, so don't blame me for that until I discover more books and slowly gain even more knowledge. But Jay Shetty, when he started when he wanted to initiate his journey as a monk, and when he wanted to become a monk, and that time everyone was judging him, telling him, like, you're wasting your time, this and that. It was a limiting belief. And then he still took the step and he became a monk. After, I believe 2-3 years, he was a monk. And then he realized that this is not for him. After 3 years, being in mid-20s, I believe, and at this point, because 3 years as a monk, he didn't have any actual experience in the real world in terms of getting a job. So yeah, when he came back after that, people were telling him, you're screwed, that, you won't be able to do anything. His parents were also, like, confused. And people around him were telling me, like, you lost 3 years of your life. And stuff like that. We all know where he is today. So if the limiting belief was put in his head by these people and he didn't fight it back or didn't overcome them, we wouldn't have a Jay Shetty today. He had given around 40 applications for a job, 40 job applications into different companies, and none of them accepted it. All were rejected. If those rejections didn't happen to him, he wouldn't be the Jay Shetty we know today. So stop these beliefs from limiting yourself and, like, losing out on opportunities such as the ones I've mentioned. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you people have gained some insight, and if any one of you watching can comment down below about your limiting beliefs that you have, or a limiting belief that you have overcome in your lifetime, that would be really helpful for other people also to engage, and they will be able to relate more and be more open with their experiences. And we are again changing the outro. Yeah, I know. Don't know till when this is going to happen, but we're going to be changing the outro again. So you need to thrive for discomfort. Thrive to become or find the positive in discomfort. Go to the gym is discomfort, but the positive idea is that you get to be in shape. That's it. Always thrive for discomfort and look at the positive in the discomfort. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I love you all.